Alright guys, it is the morning after Liverpool beat Rangers 2-0 at Anfield in the first ever competitive match between the two teams. I was at the game. I'm absolutely shattered now, but I'm here to talk about it anyway. It was Liverpool's best performance so far this season, maybe bar the Bournemouth game, the 9-0 obviously, but they started off sharper than I've seen them, because Rangers, I think it's fair to say, are a slightly higher level than what Bournemouth were a month ago. I know Bournemouth have improved massively since then. I think they've gone 4 games unbeaten now, but Rangers, they're no laughing stock basically. And the fans, Jesus Christ, they put up a good atmosphere, if that is the same. They made some noise certainly, especially before the game. And yeah, Liverpool just started out with such high intensity, and Darwin Núñez was just all over the place, causing problems in the first half for Rangers. I think he had like 4 shots on target. Alan McGregor was on top form. He saved pretty much anything he could save. The 4 shots that Núñez had on target, don't get me wrong, they weren't like unstoppable shots, but McGregor still had to be at the top of his game to manage to save them. And yeah, Núñez was doing what you want to see from him. He was just constantly stretching the Rangers defence, whether it be to create chances for himself or create chances for others. I saw a lot of memes after the game about his poor finishing. I'm personally not too bothered by that, because the amount of chances he managed to generate for teammates and himself, he still did a lot more positive than negative. And I don't think he's ever really, from what I've seen, been a clinical striker anyway. I know he scored 34 goals or something last season, but he does seem like a player who will miss more chances than he scores. But I'm not bothered by that in the slightest. I'd rather have a striker who is, causing problems constantly to the opposition defence than someone who is, a poacher. Which, I mean, it's just the way Liverpool play. Like Man City, they need Erling Haaland, who is going to just stay within the area and try and finish off chances when he gets them. I say finish off chances when he gets them. Let's face it, he scored 14 Premier League goals by the first week of October, so yeah. But yeah, Liverpool were brilliant. The first goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold's free kick, brilliant free kick. And I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, Trent's back." And don't get me wrong, his all-round game last night was brilliant. But at the same time, it's like everyone knows this is what Trent's good at. He's brilliant at taking free kicks. He's brilliant when he's got the opportunity to go forward. It is just defensively. But this new formation that Klopp tried out, I think, suited the team a lot more at the way it is at the moment. I think 4-3-3 has been brilliant for the past few years for Liverpool, but with like some of the players getting into different stages in their career, and also a few key players leaving over the past couple of years, like Mane and Wijnaldum, this system seemed to suit the team a lot more, because you have Henderson playing a deeper role, and that meant he can sort of stay back a bit. And also it means you can have an extra attacker, so you've got 4 attackers as opposed to 3. And that allows Henderson then to cover for Alexander-Arnold at right back when he pushes forward. So I really want to see Klopp go with this formation on Sunday against Arsenal. It's going to be a massive test. Although the problem there is with Arsenal, they're going to be more threatening. Do you need Fabinho sitting in front of the defence? These are the things that Klopp's going to have to consider. I think it's a very tough decision. But yeah, the free kick that Trent scored came from a brilliant piece of play between Tsimikas, Diaz and Núñez. Núñez earning the free kick. And yeah, as I've already said, brilliant free kick. Rangers just couldn't do anything attacking wise up until like the last 10 minutes of the game. They had a couple of shots. But yeah, Liverpool got the penalty in the second half. really well worked by Diaz down the left hand side, and yeah, he got taken down and penalty correctly given. Salah dispatches it, and yeah, Rangers, yeah, as I said, no real chances until the 80th minute onwards, where they had a couple. And Tsimikas, for one of the chances, I can't remember who it was who got down the left hand side, but managed to get a shot off. It was going in. Tsimikas does brilliantly to clear it off the line. Because the thing was, he was running at the goal, so not only has he done brilliantly to get there, he's also done brilliantly not to turn it into his own net. It was really a good piece of defending, and yeah, there were no poor performances from Liverpool last night. I think the one that everyone noticed over the weekend, I thought, was as well as Alexander-Arnold, was Thiago. He had a pretty poor game against Brighton, but again, playing in a two-man midfield alongside Henderson, that seemed to suit him a lot more. And yeah, it was a strange formation though, to work out what was going on. It was like a 4-2-4 at times, but then sometimes a 4-2-3-1. So yeah, it seemed to work though. So I'm quite happy for Klopp to give it another go again. But yeah, Rangers. I think it's just a case of a step up in opposition. Like they're not really used to playing teams at this level, so that's why they have suffered defeats against Ajax and Napoli, as well as Liverpool now. Because it's just a bit hard for Scottish teams when they are coming up against lower level opposition on a weekly basis to then try and turn it on against some of Europe's biggest teams. So yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy with Liverpool's performance, and hopefully they can kick on from this. I think it might just be a change in system that's needed, because it was so much better, and everyone seems to be so much more knowing of their roles, of what they were supposed to do. Because I think Fabinho this season hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been as effective in the sitting midfield role, because teams have tended to attack Liverpool from wide areas and then get a cross in and then try and get someone to get there before Van Dijk and Matip. So yeah, I think this system might be the thing that Liverpool needs to change their form around. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.